YouTube, Willow Dragonfly here. I am going to be making a bookmark for my Book of Knowledge, Book of Shadows, Grimoire, whatever you want to call it. Here is the book I'm going to be using, making the bookmark for. So, actually, we'll talk about this book a little bit. I've shown this book a couple of times. So, will I be able to hold it up? I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. Alright, so this is one of the books I got from Pagan Scrapbook Supply. This particular one has some working on it, so it's not sealed all the way or bound. And some of the pages I got just for fun. But this book contains mostly my herbs. And you'll see some pages kind of fall out because I'm working on them. Like that. So herbs. And I've done a flip through of this book before. Poisonous plants. And then different information on the herbs. Some of these pages were purchased and some of them I did like here, this lemon balm, I did this one, and then it's got some, you know, some recipes on the back. It's rosemary, some recipes on the back. It also has, besides the herbs, it also has a section of plants, or trees, which are still kind of a work in progress. Like this is a rowan branch, some sweetbriar, and you can see these are just pages that I'm still currently working on. A how-to on doing some flower pressing, and then in the next section is just different recipes. So for the bookmark for this one, this is kind of like, I'm going to call it my earthy book, so to speak. So for the bookmark, I'm going to stick kind of to that green earthy theme. And I have some ribbon. This light is super bright. See, it's like green leaves. And some white lace. Let's see if I can switch this. Wow, I'm having a wicked bad hair day. Whatever. It's been rainy and miserable here, so that light seems to be doing a little bit better. And some twine. I'm also going to use some brown beading thread. And the bookmark's going to have a magnifying glass. This is good for some of the things that I do use are like newsprint or very small print, just different things. So it's kind of handy having this in my book. Also to get close-ups, you know, of stuff. And you might throw in some green ribbon too. The next thing I need to choose, besides having the magnifying glass, is some kind of charms to hang off the strings to. And I kind of want to stick to some of the earthy stuff. I have some painted jasper beads that I'll probably put on. Alright, sorry about that. My husband just called me. Video chat. He's out of state right now, so I had to pause you for a little while. Actually, for like 45 minutes. And I don't remember exactly where I was. So, this is the book that I'm making the bookmark for. And while I was talking to him, cut some lengths of ribbon. Now this is the leaf ribbon. There we go. And what I did was cut the ribbon so that it was stuck up a little bit past the book, and then made it so that folded in half it would hang down some. So twice the length of the book plus a bit. And there's no real science behind it, whatever works for you. So I've got the leaf ribbon. I got the piece of green ribbon, white piece of lace ribbon. And what I'm doing is piling all of these pieces of ribbon on top of each other. A thin piece of twine, and this is just a piece of brown elastic cording. Next part, which you can't really see, but I am grabbing the ribbon at about the halfway point, okay, and wrapping it a little bit around my finger just to kind of make a little loop here, and I'm giving it a twist. There's not quite as harsh. That's better, I suppose. Alright, so now, and I just twisted it, because what I'm going to do next is try to shove the ribbon through the hole. And what I'm doing is just kind of twisting it tight. Hopefully it'll fit through the hole. And I'm just working it through. Now that I got a part of it through, I'm letting the ribbon untwist. So it's not quite so bulky. Just working it. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is divide my loop up so that I can get to the center of my loop. What's important here is to make sure that all the strings that you're using, you have, the twine goes all the way around my finger. The ribbon goes all the way around my finger. Because what you're going to do next is you're going to take all of the ribbon, the opposite end, and you're going to pull it through like a slip knot. Okay? And then you're going to give it a little tug. And pull it tight. So now we have the bookmark. Now, you can leave it like this. So that when you put it in your book, it's just like that. Okay, and you have a little bit, I probably made this a little bit too short, but that's okay. Okay, and you could leave it. I am going to add a little more embellishments to it. Mostly because the end of the ribbon is really kind of light, and I like to add a little to it. So, what I'm going to add to it. So, this is a little beading needle. And On here, I am going to take one piece of the twine and one piece of the brown elastic. And I'm going to start with those. And the thing about a beading needle is it's very thin and pliable. It's basically a piece of wire with a loop on it. I'm going to thread that needle. Maybe. Trying to show you and do it at the same time. And look through the bottom of my bifocals. It's friggin' awesome. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I have some beads to kind of build like a little dragonfly type symbol. So I'm going to take this gold bead and use it as my head of my dragonfly and just put the beading needle through the hole. Okay, and then pull it all the way through. Now, okay. Next, I'm going to take these little dragonfly wings. I suppose they could be any kind of wings, but they're going to be dragonfly wings in my case. And do the same thing. Needle through the hole, give it a pull. Next, I have some tiger's eye chips. And they have... So what I ended up doing was doing one thread and then the remainder of the beads. I mean, doing one thread through the beads and then going back and doing the other one. So because of the twine and it's a tight little hole, it didn't go through quite even, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. So there's a little tiger's eye dragonfly. And then at the very bottom of this piece, these two here, I am going to thread a piece of hematite to it, or hematite, however you want to say it. So the same idea, just use a beading needle. And I'm going to put that down as far down, as close to the bottom as I can. And I'm going to just tie a knot. Showing you how to do things, and the awkwardness of this camera is just... Alright. But you get it. Tie a knot. Now, one thing I might go back through is I might actually put a couple of drops of super glue or hot glue on the ends. But anyway, so that is the dragonfly. Let's see, what else do we want to put on here? Also, on the other side, the other pieces of elastic and twine, I'm going to put 3 pieces of, let's see if, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this is called Map Jasper, and it's very similar to Unikite in the design. Like some of it is like a pale green with some orange and red in it. Some of it is kind of a gray. So I'm going to put 3 pieces of that on the other part. the other half of my twine and elastic. And the way this one is going to go is just using the elastic, if I can find my needle again. There it is. Thank goodness for edit. I will edit some of this stuff out because we're already at 20 minutes and we've only done a couple of strings. So, okay. So, one piece on the elastic. So, I'm pulling the twine through. Alright, so I was only able to get 2 beads on because the twine started to break. So, now what I'm going to do is just tie a knot, a couple of knots. You can, if you do knot magic, this is a good time for intent. And there's my 3 knots. Okay. So that is the twine and elastic. All good. The next beads I'm going to do, I am going to actually tie. So the beads I'm not using right now are just going to go in this big jar. I'll deal with them tomorrow. Alright, so this piece here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it onto the leaf string. But before I do that, I have a piece of lava stone here, a lava bead, and I put some an oil mix. This is my root chakra oil mix, and I will be doing a video of how I made this up at some point. So my root mix is getting a lava bead. I mean, my lava bead got some root mix. And then this green envelope, little green pendant is going through. And this is getting a knot. And again, like I said earlier, you can go back through and super glue these or hot glue the knots if you want. I may or may not. I don't know. Sometimes I do. On the one I did before, I'm actually replacing a bookmark, and I did hot glue everything. And the reason I'm replacing it is that I got some hot glue on things I didn't want hot glue on. It was a long time ago. I wasn't quite as steady with a hot glue gun. So, there is that. Let's see if we can get it to turn towards you. Okay. And I think on one of these here, I am going to put a wooden bead. Again, this is my earth-based book. So, root oil, wooden beads. Okay, I got the wooden bead through. The next thing I'm going to put on is a key. I think it's a good idea to have keys on books. They unlock all kinds of things. Books unlock. Books unlock all kinds of things. So, the key is just symbolic of that. And again, tied a knot. And you can leave it, you can do it however you want. Okay, and let's see. Just trying to make sure not everything is all like one-sided here. Alright, let's put... Alright, Alright, on this very last bit, on one of the green, I'm going to put 2 pieces of jade and another lava bead. And because this gauzy one kind of pulls up, it's really light and it doesn't hang as nicely as I would like. I'm also going to put a bead on on the other one. So once I put the lava on, actually we're going to redo this. We're going to do a jade bead, the lava stone, and then another jade bead. Because what I can do with the jade beads, because their holes are a little bit smaller, instead of tying a knot around it, I can actually tie a knot underneath it so they don't fall off. So I have my 3 beads, tie a knot, and it's going to be kind of a big knot. Make sure the bead doesn't come off. Of course it does, so we just tie another knot to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so here's what we got going on, and see how this curls up? So I'm going to tie one more thing, and that is just going to be another little dragonfly. So this bookmark has, you know, different things that mean something to me. Dragonfly, the key, that green pendant, that really is nothing, you know, it's not anything special. It's something I've got at a craft store. It's just the fact that I really like the look of it, so it went on. Dragonfly, because I do have a thing for them. And then just the different beads that are kind of grounding for me. The wooden beads, the tiger eye, the painted jasper, the map jasper. Oh, did I put painted jasper on this? No, just the map jasper. But I could have put painted jasper. Apparently I thought I pulled some out. Right? I didn't. No, but anyway, so now I have, do I only have one leaf and one ribbon that doesn't have anything on it. And I could put stuff on it, but it's kind of getting busy. So a little dragonfly up there. Some of the beads. Let's see if we can get it to see. And the magnifying glass. So then, once it's in the book, okay, so my magnifying glass, all my different things hanging down. There you go. And that's my bookmark. I have 2 other books I need to make bookmarks for. They are also going to have some magnifying glass. These ones are a little bit different. It's keys. So, hopefully I'll do another video of that. And, of each one, just for fun, and kind of go from there. Hope you enjoyed watching. So looks like I've had a really rough day, but hey. Anyway, have a great day.